Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I tell you what. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Let me start again. I'm Tom Sinclair. This is Streaming Idiots. I am so glad that you are here today. It has been a wacky Wednesday, to say the least. This is the week before NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters, convention, conference, and trade show in Las Vegas, where all the streaming idiots are going to go. All the stream geeks are going to go. It is going to be the place to be. It is going to be so much fun. There's so many cool things going on next week at NAB, starting with the opening of the trade show on Monday morning. So if you are an early adopter, you want to be there early and you want to make a beeline for the South Lower Hall, booth 4620, and visit me at vMix, because that's where I'm going to be hanging out. As they say in Las Vegas, I'll be here all week. So I'll be there with vMix all week next week. I can't wait to get to hang out with Martin, my cousin, and Tim, and Kimberly, and Seth, and all the vMix team. It's going to be great. We got a great booth this year, and we're showing off all sorts of cool stuff. I just finished up building an Obsidian build. If you don't know what that is, go to vmix.com. Check out the reference systems. It's an i9-based CPU. I built it just for vMix, just for NAB, shipped it out there. They're playing with it as we speak. They're probably rearranging all the parts in it if I know them. But nevertheless, it was a lot of fun, and we built two for them last year. So almost all of the vMix booth will be run by PCs from Streaming Idiots, Eastern Shore Broadcasting, my home company. Now remember, every show, the whole show is an infomercial. Get it? It's an infomercial. A lot of info, we hope, but just remember, a little bit of commercial. And the commercial is, the show is sponsored by my company, Eastern Shore Broadcasting. You can find them at easternshorebroadcasting.com. Paul and Tess are really getting impatient. We're going to have to hurry up and get them on here because they're beginning to fidget in the green room. Anyway, easternshorebroadcasting.com. We've got all sorts of great stuff. We represent PTZ Optics. We represent vMix, of course. We represent Magewell. We represent Marshall. We represent X-Keys. We represent Uon. And we're looking at a couple other lines. We don't have a lot of lines because we want to be intimately acquainted with all the products in our lines, so that if you have a question, it's not like calling. Have you ever tried to call Amazon and ask them a question about a product you bought from Amazon? Good luck on that one. My customers get my cell phone number. You can't beat that. And it's virtually almost always the same price. Almost always free shipping. PTC Optics cams, yes, free shipping. You get the same price you do at B&H or Amazon. So why not buy it from a real live person? Yeah, that's right. Somebody with grandchildren. Yeah, that's it. And you get lifetime tech support. My lifetime or yours, whichever ends first. But that's the way it goes on tech support. So next week, NAB, you got to be there. If you can't be there, you get a taste of NAB on Tuesday night. It's going to be 7 o'clock Pacific time, which is going to be 10 o'clock Eastern time at streamingidiots.com. On the Watch Live page, we will be live streaming the Streaming Idiots meetup at NAB from Scott Whitney's Podworks studio, a live streaming studio right there in Las Vegas. He's got 3 really cool sets in his studio, and we may be using all 3 of them. I'm not sure. Dave Edwards and Kenny Hampton and Chuck Braverman are going to be doing some interviews. You'll get to see the prize giveaway. We're giving away a PTZ Optics camera. We're giving away X-Keys and Yon and Magewell and vMix and all sorts of cool stuff. Plus, everybody's going to go home with some special Streaming Idiot swag. It's going to be a blast. If you're there live in Las Vegas, you definitely want to be there. If you don't do anything else socially at NAB, you want to make sure you come to this party, because all the cool live streamers will be there. That's right. All those 65 and up, those cool guys will be there. That's our big demographic, is 65 and up. No, I'm just teasing. Actually, our biggest demographic is 25 to 34. Isn't that amazing? It amazes me. Okay, so let's put up, Cliff is saying, Tom, please put up photos of any interesting products displayed on banners of the center on your Facebook page. We'll do that. Ken says, Tom, I've never heard you speak so fast. Well, I'm so excited. I want to get through all this kerfluffle stuff so that I can get Paul and Tess on. So without any further ado, let me see if I can figure out. I know there's a way to bring them in all at the same time. Let's see. If only I had a software that would let me take different videos and put them in the same time. Oh, wait. Here it is. It's vMix. It's Paul. And it's Tess. Welcome, guys.
April Fools.
April Fools.
I could hear their lips moving. They were going. Oh, touche, touche.
Never let you
touche.
live that down.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, but it took the pressure off, didn't it? You know, anything else from that point was cream. So we were talking about Tess's first broadcast. I pranked her on that. I'm sorry. So welcome, guys. I'm so excited to have you guys here. It has been a really cool, this is the second part of the co-show. I was on your show earlier and actually simulcast your show on my channel with special little picture-in-picture of me making faces at what you were saying when it was in the monologue portion. So you'll have to go back and watch.
Well, that's a special view.
Yeah, that's a special view. So I am so excited to have you guys here. I'm so excited about your booth at PTZ Optics, the PTZ Optics booth in the Central Hall, 9945. Is that it?
Oh, yeah. You got it.
9945 in the Central Hall. And you guys are right in there in the middle of all the big boy camera manufacturers. And you're going to stake a post in the ground and you're going to say, this is our turf. And they're all going to come scope you out. You know that. They're going to be over there and they're going to ask 1,001 questions. They're going to pretend like, you know, they want to buy a million cameras and they just want to see, you know, what you guys will do. They may buy a bunch of your cameras and rebrand them like Sony across the bottom or something like that and sell them for $1,000 more. They could do that, you know. So you guys have got a great setup planned. You're going to do a little NDI. I think there's some ink associated with NDI this year. Do we have? Yeah, look at that. Keep your elbow in.
Tess is taking it seriously.
Tess has got an NDI
went hard.
ink. I am just amazed. And Paul has got ink for NAB. Can we see that? Oh yeah. Oh, that is so great.
We're having a bit of a pre-midlife crisis.
It's still a little. It's still a little.
A little raw.
Raw.
Yeah.
It looks infected.
It might be.
It's not infected.
It'll take a while.
Not to worry.
You know, once you've had it for a little while, let's see if I can show that. It's not as. Yeah, there we go. There's the vMix one. It's not quite. Right. Once you've had it for a couple months, it kind of calms down a little bit, and by next week it should be fine. It should be fine. Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, that's good. That's when it really counts.
I can't wait to see Tess roll into the New Tech booth with her NDI tattoo.
I know, they better.
You're going to be like the queen of New Tech. I mean, it's literally going to be like, oh, like you walk up there, pretend like you're just, you know, like a pretty blonde that doesn't know anything about tech. And then just I'm just saying for an example. And they're going to be like, oh, we're using the NDI. Like, what do you know about that? And just be like, boom.
What do you know about NDI?
Do you have it tattooed? I just think that'd be hilarious.
This is too funny. This is too funny. The reason they keep looking off the screen is because we had to reorient them. Because actually, in real life, they look more like that. And so when they look at each other, they're really.
I know. I have to look here when I. Okay, I don't remind. All right, I will not look at you. Paul.
We're standing like this because we're getting ready for the NAB show. You know, standing as much as possible because we're going to be on our feet for a whole week straight.
That's right. That's right. And you'll come home and you'll be exhausted and energized at the same time. It's so amazing. So amazing. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm so excited.
So what are you guys doing Tuesday night at NAB? Anything fun?
We heard there was this really hot party.
Yeah, there is this cool party. It's like a pool party at the MGM.
No, I heard that all the big names in streaming were going to be there, so we made sure to sign up for that. We're thrilled to go to the Streaming Idiots meetup.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I really do appreciate PTZ Optics is one of the major sponsors of this party this year. So we are delighted to have you guys there. I can't wait. I can't wait for you to see the swag that we have for you. And also for
I am
all
so
the,
excited.
all the
I love some
party
swag.
goers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Last year we
I
had
had a question for you, Tom.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Whoop, whoop.
No, dive in.
You know, we had a couple people on our show say that they would want to go. Is that okay if they're going to be at NAB, or is this sort of like a closed thing?
It's open party. Open party.
All right.
Closed
Ooh.
bar.
So if any of you hopped over to Tom's show, you are invited if you're going to be there.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And if you go to, where can you go? We'll have to put it out on our website too at easternshorebroadcasting.com
There's a
right now.
Facebook,
Yeah,
invite.
but unless you're a member of the group, you can't see the stuff in the group. You can join.
True.
You can join the Streaming Idiots
Yep,
Facebook
you might
group.
have to join the Streaming Idiots group if you
Because-
haven't already, because it might be friends. Anyways.
Because the cool kids hang out in the Stream Geeks group, but the almost cool kids come and hang out in the Streaming Idiots group.
We're all
Well, there's a
cool.
lot of crossover.
Just make sure you. There's probably
There
going to be
is.
a lot of pending invites in there, Tom. So just make sure you let everybody in so that they can get the invite to the party.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And if you want to write it down, it's 7 o'clock Pacific time, Tuesday night, at Podworks, PODWORX studio. And you can look up the address. It's not far from the convention center. And it's going to be a blast. We've got a sponsors dinner at 6 and then the party at 7. And it's going to be a blast. And lots of brand name folks are going to be there. I mean, Paul's going to be there. Tess is going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Going to be fun. And I think there'll be folks from vMix there. There'll be folks from Magewell there, and Jan, and X-Keys, of course. And I think the Bird Dog folks might be there. So it's going to be a good, kind of in the world we live in. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I think there'll be some New Tech folks there, even though New Tech is not a sponsor. They're gonna come and crash the party, as it were.
Nice.
They'll be all gathered around
Cool.
Tess, want to get pictures taken with her tattoo and everything.
Yeah,
With the
this is going to be
tattoo,
funny.
yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people, Tess, that are going to be like,
But yeah.
Tess, how are you? And you're going to be like, I don't know you, but hi.
We'll see. I don't know about that.
You'll finally get to meet everybody. You haven't
Yes.
met everybody yet.
That's
so.
right. That's right. It's so much fun to meet these people, and they'll say, I talked to you on the phone, or we've been corresponding by email, and they'll say something
That's us,
that'll
Tom.
bring back whatever that memory was, and then you just go.
Ah.
And it's so much fun to meet these people that you kind of already know. But now you get to do it. So do you have to pass an idiot's test to get into the party, says Ken. No, you don't. just showing up at the right place is good enough. But we do have some folks. We've asked some Vegas showgirls to come welcome folks at the front door. So that'll be fun.
Wow.
And we've hired another one to come around as a photographer during the event. So if you want a picture of you and
Fun.
Tess's NDI tattoo, just let her know, and they'll get and we'll send it to you later. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we've got a good contingent of overseas folks coming too. Some folks from England, of course, Australia and Austria, I think also. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
But I tell you what, let's change gears for just a second. The famous NDI upgrade to PTZ Optics, that big 50% sale has ended. And so now if you want to buy a PTZ Optics cam, you can get the NDI pre-installed. Or if you have a Gen 2 cam, you can still buy the NDI upgrade. It's just not 50% off. It's $600 instead of $300. But I will tell you, during that time, I sold almost 100 NDI licenses with you guys. And it was
Wow.
really just a ton of fun to deal with so many folks
Wonderful.
and help them upgrade. Of course, it meant camera sales as well. But there were folks that had a whole passel of Gen 2 cams, and they were delighted to be able to upgrade those. But it's not too late. I mean, you can continue to upgrade your Gen 2 cams, and that includes the Z cams too, doesn't it? Z cams can be upgraded to NDI. I've got a Z cam coming here for the studio. I think it's the VL, the variable lens, that I want to test out as a studio cam. and I can't wait to get that and load NDI on it. In fact, the cam that I'm using right now is a Gen 2 12X that Matt Davis and I played with early on and upgraded to NDI, and it's flawless.
Nice.
It's flawless. I'm really
Wonderful.
excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is still really, really new, as you know, Tom. I mean, it just came out 3 or 4 weeks ago. So we are hearing tons of great reports of people saying how if the IP streaming finally works for them. They never knew that they could have remote control with the NDI Studio. I mean, we're hearing a lot of reports, but I can't wait till we hear some of the critiques from the more higher end broadcasters, because we're going to be getting a lot of reviews who are comparing.
They've already
our camera
started
with the new tech camera, with the Panasonic camera, and I think after NAB we're going to start seeing a lot of reviews, and we're going to probably get some criticism, which I'm excited to hear. The constructive, hopefully, criticism for us to improve the cameras. But it's really new. I mean, everybody just got them, so we're just starting to hear successes and everything.
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that I hear, and it's that double-edged sword of the folks that had difficulty making the firmware update or had difficulty installing the license. Your tech support team was outstanding. I had so many folks that wrote to me and said, we had a problem, but PTZ Optics tech support team was there. They knew the answers to our question. They weren't reading something off of a script and making us go through 57 unnecessary troubleshooting techniques in order to be able to say, oh, well, just do this. They knew their stuff. So hats off to your tech guys and gals. They really did do the job and do it well. And it's nice as a PTZ Optics reseller. It's so nice to know that you guys have my back like that. And if I have a problem that I've got folks to call on, or I can get clients to call. I mean, I got an email from somebody this morning that said I was talking to tech support and they fixed the problem. What more can you ask for? That's outstanding.
Yeah,
Thumbs
seriously,
up.
we only have
Big
a
thumbs
few
up.
of them. Yeah, there's only a few of them, and they know their stuff. They know way more than I do about this stuff. And it's great because we do see, people with issues. It's kind of a tough process. So we expected that, but they've been amazing. And it's so fun to then see people that are posting on our Facebook user group and whatnot saying that they had a great experience with them. So we've been giving them a lot of love. Super thankful.
Yep. And you ought to. That's great. So is there anything special that you guys are going to be introducing at NAB? Anything that we have NDA that'll be expiring by that week?
There's actually there is a laundry list of things that are going to be announced tomorrow, but I'm okay with letting them go here, Tom. One is we're going to announcing a 30x camera. So for the sports market, for larger churches, your same favorite camera,
I had no idea he was gonna do this.
NDI enabled optionally, and the thing I love about it is I believe the pricing is $17.99 for the normal camera, and maybe just $21.99 enabled with NDI. And also, one of the things that I don't know if you know about this yet, Tom, but tomorrow's webinar is going to be all about this. We decided to change the pricing structure because we really wanted to get the NDI cameras under $2,000. So we were able to, with Q2 with the pricing, the 12X NDI camera is now $19.99. So there's some pricing adjustments. We're going to be releasing the NDI pricing for the Z cams, and the very first Z cam is going to be at $9.99. So a lot of pricing updates are going to be, figuring out. We want to make sure that it's very affordable for people to get. We had to work with New Tech, and we were like, guys, we want this to hit a certain price point. We're working with them in partnership with some of the engineering, and we really had to come back to them, even though initially the prices were set higher. We were able to talk to New Tech and say, I think we can do a lot more with especially the streaming idiots and people who are in that group of budget, putting things together, do-it-yourselfers. And we said, if we can just get it under $2,000 for the PTZs and under $1,000 for the Z cams, we think we can make a much bigger splash. And New Tech just wants people to get these cameras and get these products so that their entire IP workflow is more productive. And so we were able to do that, and that was a big, I think, win for everybody.
I got it. Get the hook. Yep. I love it. That's outstanding. So when is this 30X going to be available?
So it's not shipping just yet. It's going to be shipping.
like the first word about
I'm
it
guessing
ever.
within 30, maybe 60 days, but it could be sooner. The NDI cameras are shipping. They may already be sold out, but I know we got a giant batch of them.
I gotta
They
open
may
the
have
door.
all sold already. What happened?
I'm dying. I have
You're
to
dying
open
of
the
heat?
door.
Oh, okay, she's going to open the door. But the NDI cameras, I know, there's been so much demand that they might have sold out. Tomorrow, during the partner webinar, I'm going to try to get a stocking update for everybody because I know that there was just so much demand on the NDI cameras. I think we might have sold out of the first shipment, but I will check on that.
All right.
But there's people with them. They're out there, and we shipped hundreds and hundreds of them.
I know.
I just can't remember if we have them in stock still.
I know. I have.
Wonderful.
I had one customer that ordered the very first one for me, like back in October, an NDI, and he said, I want to wait. I want to wait for the NDI enabled camera. And then in November, he ordered another one. In December, he ordered another one. In January, he ordered another one. So you guys ended up sending 4 cameras to him on my behalf. All of them NDI enabled. So it was fun. It's been a good run. And so it's good to have a 30X to look forward to because that's going to hit a certain market. Absolutely. And
I'm dying. I've literally thought I was going to pass
Tess is
out.
done standing.
carefully
Tess is done
whispered so
standing.
nobody else can hear. He says careful's real softly.
Yeah. I knocked over a Philips Hue. At least it wasn't a camera.
I'd love to watch your show. I love to watch your show because you guys are just, y'all are number one, you're really, really exciting to watch. You're full of life and full of joy
Thank you.
and full of energy. And when you make a mistake or when something doesn't go right, it's just like, okay, we'll keep going. And that
You're good at that as well, Tom.
That's a great attitude. That is a great attitude. I mean, when your audio's and all of a sudden you getting stutters in your audio, that's a different
Like that.
story. But yeah, that's right. But that's a lot of folks can learn a lot about live streaming from watching the Stream Geeks and the PTZ app. Now sometimes I get confused in my old age about what shows come on when. So can you run through your weekly lineup of shows, when they are and how I can watch them?
It is pretty. It's pretty aggressive. Why don't you Tess?
Well, Monday is dedicated to Stream Geeks. So
Monday is Stream
is
Geeks.
2 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern for Stream Geeks. Yep. Wednesday is 2 p.m. Eastern for Back to Basics. And Friday is the big production PTZ Optics Live at 2 p.m. Eastern. So
No show this week though. No
yes,
Friday.
no
show.
Friday show this week because packing,
You travel.
gone, all that good stuff. But at 2 p.m. Eastern is kind of the time. So if it's around that time, you might want to check what day of the week it is and figure we'll be live.
Okay, so I can go to the PTZ Optics Facebook page for the Friday show. I can go to the Stream Geeks
Or YouTube for any of
group
them.
page for the Monday show, or I can go to YouTube PTZ Optics for any of them.
Or Stream Geeks is Stream Geeks only. So YouTube, Stream Geeks YouTube page or Stream Geeks Facebook page on Monday. And then PTZ Optics is Back to Basics. And PTZ Optics is the Friday show.
Got it. Okay, easy.
Because it can
easy.
get a little crazy.
Easy. And I understand you want to keep your independent branding for the different shows so you can sell them off to Netflix for millions. I get that. I'm all over that. I'm all over that. All right. So a different subject, kind of back to NAB a little bit. There is going to be a debate on Saturday, this coming Saturday, at
We didn't talk
at
about that in
NAB.
the last show.
You didn't talk about that in the
You
last
should have
show.
mentioned that.
It is sponsored by Broadcast Beat and by NAB, and it's going to be hosted by Jeff Adams. Jeff was on my show last week, and we talked a little bit about that. And Jeff has issued the challenge for us to come on and debate. He's issued it to me, to John Mahoney of NeuralNet, to Scott Whitney of Podwork Studio, and to, who was the fourth guy? Some geeky. Oh, that's right, Paul. It was you. Yes, it was you.
So geeky.
And so the four of us are going to debate at noon on Saturday on the Broadcast Beat show. And the beat as in beat down, because I am going to beat down the three of you younger bucks with my superior intellect. But no, it's going to be a great round-robin discussion about live streaming, and it's kind of a warm-up to the NAB week. You know, we're kind of tier 3 guests, I guess, and they're getting warmed up with us.
On the weekend
at noon on Saturday Pacific time. That's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. At this point, there isn't a URL to publish. At least I haven't been able to get one out of Jeff, except to say that it'll probably be something you can link from the NAB show website and or the Broadcast Beat website. But suffice to say that it'll be on our Facebook group and in our on our website by the time we figure out exactly when it is. Ken Benedict says in chat, says Tom and his superior humility. Yeah, there you go. And actually, Tess, I think Jeff missed out by not inviting you on the show. I think that you're one of those people that this is going to be your breakout season right here. And then next year, you're going to get the big bucks from New Tech because you've already got the tattoo. I mean, that's just the way it's going to work out.
They better.
But no, Saturday at noon.
Well, Tess, you are going to be on the show, right? Tess was actually invited to be on the Broadcast Beat at a separate time, a more prime time, actually.
Oh, space. Wow. Oh,
during
Tess.
the actual show, yeah.
Tess, you're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time with Jeff on Broadcast Beat talking about Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I just...
That's a pretty big deal.
She's a big tier 1. She's a tier 1. You went from you just blew right past Paul and I to tier 1.
Nobody watches on the weekends.
That's
right.
True.
That's
not true, guys.
Prime time.
So this is 11 o'clock Tuesday. That's 11 o'clock Pacific time. That's going to be 2 o'clock Eastern time, which is your normal time anyway. And what you need to do is have somebody back in your studios there in Westchester pick that up and restream it on your channel.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
We'll have to be collaborating that somehow. We will have an intern here, so maybe.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, we
but
could maybe
Paul
do
won't
that.
be doing anything. Paul could do it.
No, he'll be working the booth or hopefully cheering me on.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good.
He says he's not going to come, though, so.
And if you're coming live, it's going to be just outside of the Central Hall is where the Broadcast Beat pavilion is. So come on out there.
It's really cool.
11
it's like
o'clock
a
Tuesday.
huge stage.
Tom, hopefully I don't mess it up.
Well, I think you ought to tease Jeff with the
They
audio
must not
thing.
have seen my first show.
The audio thing is just...
No. Oh, yeah, right.
And he'll fall for that. It'll be so fun. It'll be so fun. Yep. Okay, so wow. So
I get an invite the next year.
I am surrounded by stars. This is going to be great. So you guys can, if you're at NAB, you can watch Tess live on Tuesday. You can meet her in person any day of the week at the PTC Optics booth. You can watch Paul and I get pummeled on Saturday. And then you can meet us all and hang out with us socially Tuesday night at the Streaming Idiots meetup. It's going to be a great week. You know, I did a show a while back, and this I think this is going to be the theme I use in the Broadcast Beat presentation. I did a show a while back where I colored my background gold, and I said that we're in the golden age of live streaming, and I really think we are. You know, the golden age of automobiles was back even before my time. But at one point, there were like 67 manufacturers of automobiles in the United States. And it was the golden age of automobiles where everything that was everything was cutting edge. There were new cars coming out. You know, somebody would quit their job at Chrysler and go open up, you know, on their own with another company. They'd buy engines here and they'd put them into different chassis there. And it's so similar to what we're seeing with the streaming world today. We're in the golden age. We're in the age where you can't bring out a new product without somebody having a similar product in the pipeline that's got 3 more features, and 3 weeks after yours comes out, theirs comes out. And then 6 months later, you're bringing out a product that you had before, like a 12x PTX camera, and suddenly you're rebranding it now as an NDI camera or you're taking that same camera and you're putting a different lens in it and producing a 30x camera. And it's a time of growth and excitement and innovation, and it's I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more excited. And you guys one day are going to tell your grandchildren about being part of this whole revolutionary movement.
I remember the days.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll say, "Oh, hush."
We could pull up our YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's right.
It'll certainly be one of the interesting things is that it will certainly be well documented.
Yes.
And unless YouTube servers get deleted, there will be hours of video for them to consume if they so choose.
That's right. That's right. And when your kids go off to college, they're going to be pulling people into their dorm room, and they're going to say, "Look what my mom and my dad were doing." And you will look just like you look today. I mean, there'll be no degradation. It won't be like the old films from 50 years ago where the video is degraded. It will be absolutely crystal clear. Yeah. These are exciting times, exciting times. We got to have a little bit of perspective on them to understand that we are in the middle of one of the most major changes in how communication happens in history. We really are. Where somebody can sit in a spare bedroom with a PTZ Optics cam and a PC with vMix on it, and they can reach out to the entire world, to hundreds and thousands or millions of people with their message. It is mind-boggling. Never before in history has this possibility been there. Yeah. And we get to shape what
Tess
that
and I are
like.
big fans of, there's this show called HQ Trivia. I don't know if you've heard of it, but there was two guys in a startup company from New York City that broadcast in a room with a green screen to smartphone apps, which does live trivia, and there's a live giveaway. And they get almost 2 million viewers simultaneously every day.
It's crazy.
And now they're getting $250,000 marketing sponsorships with Nike and Disney and Steven Spielberg. And it's like all the craze. And you look at, me and Tess are thinking about it. We're like, it's just one guy in front of a green screen with a microphone. And
just like this in like 9x16.
Now, I have to say there's some custom programming going on with what they're doing. And we did a show about it on Stream Geeks. It's very interesting what they're doing. I mean, they're ahead of the curve by a long shot. But the impact, if you have a good idea and a hook for your audience, and they had a viral way of making people share it with their friends, and they just went viral beyond belief. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, all the big broadcasters, they got like 50,000 viewers on a night. These guys are getting 2 million. I mean, all the broadcasters combined, they're getting on the smartphone app. It's crazy.
Yep.
They got the right idea.
Yep. Chris
it's like
Watts,
the Super Bowl every night. I mean, it's that big.
Chris Watts says in chat, Grandma Tess, can you tell me how Tom Sinclair changed the world back in those days?
I'd be happy to.
So in 5 years, you guys will look back on this and you'll say, golly, we didn't know anything. We didn't have a clue that we were onto something really big.
We were in the middle of it.
That's right. And some little silly idea that you have, you know, and you're going to say, why don't we start a show on Mondays and we'll call it Stream Something, and we'll talk about streaming, and then all of a sudden, kapow, it just explodes. And you guys are rock stars. Yep. If people even know what rock stars are these days, because, you know, you don't have records anymore. All right. Y'all have been
Tom,
great
how about
to come
vMix?
on.
Is there any super secret... Whoops. I'm trying to dig up dirt here about vMix and any super secret stuff coming out.
Yes. That's all I can say.
Woo, that's got me excited
already. There's only a couple
already.
days left. We'll find out soon enough. Apparently, there's a big NDI announcement, too. So a lot of people are on ice right now waiting for the big announcements.
So looking forward to it.
That's I can't talk about that either. Yep.
You know some.
You know.
And Tom, how weird is it that we can say right now, see in a few days?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Paul, what are you doing for dinner Saturday? Have you got dinner plans? I'll take you to dinner.
Wow.
Let's do it.
There you
Let's
go.
do it. It'd be fun.
Let's go. And anybody else that wants to come on. PTZ Optics is picking up the check.
Don't get in too much trouble, boys.
No, I have to be in bed by 10, so it.
You probably should with all the cameras Tom's been selling.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about that for sure, Tom. I'd love to go out with you. Thank you for having us today.
Yes, it has been my pleasure to have you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. And we're going to have a blast. We're going to take the world by storm, and and let me leave you with this: things are going to go wrong at some point during the week, probably more than once. Something's going to get screwed up. Something's going to break.
I'll cry.
You're going to say something stupid to somebody, and that's just tough. That's just life. You got to move on. You got to roll with it. You got to get right back up. And here's the other thing. It's like the mafia used to say. It's not personal. It's business. It's just business. Don't take it personally. Move right on. If you screw up, it does. It's what do they say? It's about pitchers in Major League Baseball and defensive backs in the NFL. They've got to have a really, really short memory for bad things that happen. Because the next play is coming up.
Yeah.
The next pitch is coming up.
Yep.
Forget about that one that just went over the fence. Forget about that touchdown that just got scored on you. You got to get back in the game and play the next play. So play the next play no matter what happens. That's my encouraging word for you guys.
Sounds like good
today.
advice, Tom.
Yep.
Thanks for having us, Tom. I look
All right,
forward to
guys.
seeing you soon.
Toodles, and we will pick up where we left off in about 6 months and have you back on the show. How about that?
Sounds
there
good.
There we go. So we're going to mute them, and we are going to get rid of them, and probably lose about 90% of our audience at this point. But thanks so much to Paul and Tess for coming on, and we will see all of you guys live on Saturday at the Broadcast Beat event at noon Pacific time, 3 o'clock. On the East Coast, and then Tuesday Tess has got the Broadcast Beat show, and so you want to keep an eye out for that. Monday through Thursday there are going to be a bunch of guests live streaming from the PTZ Optics booth, so you want to keep your eye out for that. Tuesday night is going to be the Streaming Idiots meetup, which will be a lot of fun and will be live streamed at streamingidiots.com. Click the watch live button. And then Wednesday at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, will be the Streaming Idiots group coming to Streaming Idiots show coming to you live from the PTZ Optics booth at NAB. And then Thursday, what's going to be Thursday? We're just going to go, yeah, that's going to be great. I'm also going to try throughout the week, and for those of you that are in our Streaming Idiots Facebook group, well, actually, for those of you that aren't, you need to join Streaming Idiots Facebook group. But for those of you that are, I'm going to try to post either some recorded video or do some live streaming just ad hoc off the phone, kind of updating you on what we found out, what might be new going on with NDI, or new going on with PTZ Optics, or new going on with vMix, wherever. And you can kind of keep up with that. We won't have a schedule for those. They'll just appear. And so we hope that you will pop in and comment on those and share those when and if appropriate. What else can I say today? Oh yeah, last bit of Mercial. I would love it, just dearly love it, if you would take a moment and go on Facebook to our Eastern Shore Broadcasting page and like that page, because there are a lot of things that we do there that we don't do in the Streaming Idiots group, and vice versa, so that they kind of are unique. Streaming Idiots being the show, and Eastern Shore Broadcasting being the company behind the show, and the company that we build the computers with and sell all the great products like PTZ Optics stuff. So I'll breathe. That was so fun. Yeah, Chris Watts is like, guys, Tess is gone, so we can leave now. John Thompson, what happened to the young, cool folks? John Thompson, let me just put it this way. You get what you deserve. Oh, Dan says, we're still here. Yeah, Dan. Dan can make that pass if he's typing it. but meet him and I in person and you know the difference. All right. Been great to have you guys this week. Look for us on Saturday. That'll be the next time. Yeah, I don't know. We may pop in some stuff tomorrow and Friday. We'll just have to see. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I wish, if you're not going, I wish you could be with us. And I'm going to try my best to give you as many different glimpses into what's going on with NAB, at least from my perspective. And we'll have some fun with it. So stay real. Thanks for watching. If I can help you in any way, you know, just shoot me a note. You can go to easternshorebroadcasting.com and go to the contact page there and fire me off a note. If you want my personal support with your vMix or your PTZ optics or something like that, buy it from me. That's the easy way to do it. We just, and again, if you're thinking about a PC for streaming, that's really my forte. That's what I love to do. And again, just was talking with 3 people this morning about their future needs, and of course so proud to be able to send one off to vMix for NAB. So I'm talked out. Thanks for watching. We will see you next Wednesday, if not before, on Streaming Idiots. Take care.